Hi everyone, today I'm doing comparison, a drugstore foundation comparison at that. And the first one is number 17, Get Even Balancing Foundation. And then the Bourjois foundation with the brush. That usually has like a black cover, but I pulled it off to see how much product was actually in here so I could tell you whether it was value for, you know, the amount you get. And I can't remember what it's called. I love one of them and I hate the other. So keep watching if you want to find out which one I love. Enjoy. So I'm going to start with the Bourjois one, which is in number 31, Beige Clair, and it says for beautifully unified and perfectly smooth complexion brush foundation. Now I'll say first that I don't like when there's a brush attached to the top of a foundation for one reason only: hygiene. If you get breakouts or anything like that, it means you have to clean this. I would have to clean this every day for my own personal use, and that's a big pain. Whereas if you invest in a brush, you can use this brush with every foundation you own. You don't have to buy a foundation that has a brush on it. The brush makes these products expensive. I think for the price you're really paying for this brush, which is not good. Now this foundation, as far as I know, it ranged between 15 and 20 euro in Ireland, depending on where I looked for it. I eventually ordered it on eBay because I really was only buying it for testing purposes and to try it once and see if I liked it, because I'd heard good things about it. So I paid about a £5 for it. So I'm going to do 2 pumps. I have already cleaned it. I did try it yesterday, so I've cleaned it. I'm going to do 2 pumps so I can see the product coming through. The foundation brush is quite thick as well, which means a lot of the product gets lost in the bristles. So I'm just going to start applying. I've no foundation on. I'm just going to put a few dabs around first. And then I'm going to, so there's 2 pumps. And I've got like 3 scraping, very, very little product. So I'm going to start blending in. Okay, the brush is a little scratchy, which I don't like. First appearances. I'm going to do 3 more pumps on this side because nothing went on there. The colour is quite good. It's not orangey or anything, which sometimes they are. So now I have done a total of 5 pumps, and I would say there is hardly any product on my face. It feels nice. I don't like the smell. You know, a foundation shouldn't really have a scent, I don't think. That's just another chemical in your product, the scent. So I'm now doing 4 more pumps. That's not enough. 5. So to get a good amount out there, I pump this 6 times. So far, to do this cheek, my chin, and this side, I've used 13 pumps. The brush feels fine on my face, except for when it comes around the eye. It just does not feel too good. I feel because the bristles in this brush are so short that you're quite limited as to, you know, the technique you can use in comparison to, you know, one that has longer bristles that can bend, tapered, so you can use it in a variety of ways. With this, it's very square and blunt at the top, so you're kind of limited to just going down. You definitely can't swirl or anything like that. That would hurt. Okay, onto my forehead. I've done 4 pumps. I spent a good 5 minutes blending this in. The first thing I noticed is that it's a lot of work. More work than I would like, you know, in a morning. And I enjoy putting on makeup, but this was work. It's kind of heavy because in comparison to a brush as well, just because it has product in it. And it doesn't feel heavy if you just do this, but if you're working with it for 5 minutes, you start to notice a pain in your wrist. I quite like the colour. The coverage is okay. I did have to use concealer. The biggest disappointment about this is that even after all this blending, I can still see lines from the bristles on my skin. And I've tried kind of lots of different directions. So I would just kind of think that this brush isn't the best at really getting the product into your skin. And it feels like the product is sitting on. And it also looks like, I'm just looking in my mirror here, it looks like the makeup is sitting on my skin rather than it being my skin, which is the point of foundation, really. You don't want someone to look and say, that's a nice foundation. You want someone to think that that's your skin, not that you're wearing a lot of product. And with this, I feel like it looks like I'm wearing product, and that won't really show up on camera, but in person it certainly does. I would give it a miss. It's expensive considering the quality of the foundation that you're receiving. It's hard to clean. It's unhygienic. I'm just going to take off the packaging to see how much product is in here. So the product starts here, right? And it goes to about there. It's 16 milliliters. Oh my God, that's such a rip-off. 16 milliliters. Most foundations, you know, a more high-end foundation comes in a 30 milliliter bottle, like any MAC foundations, NARS and Colour Stay, things like that. 30 mils. This is 16 mils. It's around the same price as Colour Stay in Ireland, which is 17 or 18 euros. And it's nowhere near the quality of Revlon Colour Stay. It's not comparable. I'm disappointed that there's only 16 mils in there for this price. Road test and leave it on for a day yesterday to see how it held up. And after about 2 hours, there was nothing on my skin, on my chin. Now it did stay kind of on my cheeks and my forehead, but I have zero oil there. My skin is completely normal on my forehead and on my cheeks. It might be more combination, but not very oily, and it just didn't last. So I don't recommend this. I'm delighted if it works for you. It just is not for me, and I can't recommend it based on the extortionate price for what this is. I've removed my makeup, the Bourjois one, good riddance, and I'm now going to try the number 17 Get Even Balancing Foundation. First of all, it's SPF 12, which is good. It has 40 mils, 16 mils. That is a lot of product. I like that it's not in a glass bottle and the whole lot, so you can throw it in your bag. It says creates an even skin finish by mattifying shiny areas whilst moisturising dry areas with added luminosity for natural radiance, dermatologically tested, fragrance free. Fragrance free is good for me, and SPF 12 also a positive. So the Bourjois one, as far as I can see, doesn't have any SPF in it. Okay. Now, I'm going to squeeze a little out into my hand. This is in Nicely Natural. Okay. I'm going to start by blobbing a few dots. And I'm just going to start blending in. First of all, I have to say that one squeeze gives you like enough for 2 applications, so I squeezed that too hard. For the purposes of this video, I won't use the expensive brush and I'll just use my fingers because it's not really a fair comparison to use the really expensive brush. So I'll use my fingers. They're clean. So we're going to ignore colour and colour comparison and everything and just focus on the product. I like it. I really like it. This was under 10 euros as far as I can remember. It's fragrance free, as we said. It has SPF. It's very easy to apply. This is just, if you don't have to have any skills, makeup skills whatsoever to apply this and get a good finish. I just blobbed that on and patted it into my skin. And it took about 40 seconds and it looks perfect. I've gone into natural light and checked it in the mirror as well. It looks good, it looks natural, it looks like my own skin. It has good coverage, it has no smell. It kind of has that, that fragrance-free smell, if there's such a thing. Like it kind of reminds me a little of the Laura Mercier smell. Like a little bit plasticine-y. It doesn't smell of flowers and things like that and perfumes, which I think is important for a foundation. Enough chemicals, thank you very much. I think this is far, far better than this one. I would actually repurchase this. I feel like I could use this on a daily basis. I have tested it. I've gone about today and it has lasted. I did have to kind of repowder my chin, but I kind of always do regardless. Now, I would say that if you're going to rush out and buy this now and think it's comparable, like if you use MAC Studio Fix, and you think that this is going to compare it. It's not the same type of foundation. I would say this is like a medium coverage foundation rather than Max Studio Fix is more full coverage. I haven't used any concealer under my eyes. I haven't used any concealer anywhere else, and it has pretty much covered everything, and it looks natural, and I like the colour, and I'm extremely happy with the size of this and the price. This is great quality. I think this deserves its own blog review, but I am definitely going to be rebuying that again. So judge for yourself. You've seen what they both look like. This is a very small amount of product and a really annoying brush, and this is just foolproof. 40 seconds to apply, 5 to 7 minutes to apply. You could use your fingers with this, but a lot of the product gets lost in the brush on the way out, which is annoying. So I'd love to know what your favourite drugstore foundation is. I love Revlon Colour Stay, as you know, as a lot of people do. If you're looking for a good coverage, it would be kind of a more fuller coverage than this. But if you're looking for a full coverage foundation with a wide kind of a better choice of shades, go for Revlon Colour Stay. But I think this is easier to apply than Revlon Colour Stay, and I'm actually happier with the coverage. So I'm converted. But I'll keep you updated in case something drastic happens and it turns out I hate it. But I don't think that's going to happen. So let me know what your favourite drugstore foundation is. I'd be really interested to see what you've tried. I have to say I really like the Rimmel Lasting Finish, and Rimmel Lasting Finish again is much better than this. The Rimmel Renew and Lift, much better than this. Max Factor Lasting Performance, much better than this. Basically every other drugstore foundation I've tried is better than this. I even prefer the Natural Collection Tinted Moisturiser to this. I think that says something. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out my blog for updates, for drugstore cosmetic updates. I buy these quite a bit and I like to kind of review them on a regular basis. So there will definitely be a couple of reviews on drugstore products every week. And I update the blog around 3 times a day with reviews, my face of the day, how I wear certain products, how to make your own skincare, etc, etc. So you can check that out if you wish. It's makeupandbeauty.ie. So thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye!